Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today we are going to Las Vegas. Well, the one in New Mexico, not the famous one, but it'll still be fun. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Well, without further ado, let's ride. So this morning I actually took a slightly different approach. The last couple of days I had tried to leave ahead of everybody else, and on the second time I attempted it, everyone caught up to me and passed me. So instead, I waited until everybody had left and gave them about a minute head start, and then I headed out. That actually seemed to work better because it's not like I got to the hotel so late that everybody was in their rooms already. In fact, I think I waited about half hour, 45 minutes at least from the time I got to the hotel to the time we got our rooms. Might have even been more like an hour and a half. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping track because I went into the restaurant and had lunch. But in any event, that strategy seemed to work for me. I'm sensing a trend with this tour. Let's see. We have gone through Madrid, New Mexico, as opposed to Madrid, Spain. We are staying tonight in Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Las Vegas, Nevada. Along the way, although we did not pass through the town, I did see signs for San Juan, not Puerto Rico. And we went through San Jose, not California. So I'm wondering if at some point in the future, Crossroads will be adding either stops or passing through such beautiful touristy towns as Paris, Texas, or Vienna, Virginia. I doubt it because they're actually not close to the route, but I just thought that was funny. Anyway, in terms of today's ride, we went, as I said, to Las Vegas, New Mexico. I departed at 7:38 a.m. And the weather at the start, according to Strava, was 56 degrees with a feels-like temperature of 54 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. The humidity was 37%. And the wind at the start was 3.8 miles per hour from the east-southeast. The wind did pick up quite a bit today. It was gusting over 20 miles an hour. Fortunately, it was from the west and I think from the southwest. So when it really started howling, it ended up being a tailwind, which was very nice. Anyway, I rode 73.49 miles today. We hit an official milestone in the trip today. We reached the 1,000-mile mark, and so that was pretty cool. I had an average moving speed of 14.9 miles per hour with a maximum speed of 43.2 miles per hour. I had a total moving time of 4 hours, 56 minutes, 31 seconds, and an elapsed time of 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 53 seconds. My average heart rate was 121 beats per minute, with a max heart rate of 141. And according to Strava and or Garmin, I burned 1,704 calories. I had an average cadence of 62 RPM and a max cadence of 129 RPM. And in terms of elevation gain, today was definitely a climbing day. It's actually one of the last climbing days for a while. We've got some climbing tomorrow and I think the next day. going from Las Vegas to Tucumcari, I think it is, and then from Tucumcari to Dalhart, Texas. And once we reached Dalhart, Texas, for a while, we seldom have more elevation gain than 500 feet. So it gets pretty flat after Dalhart. Anyway, elevation gain, according to Strava, was 4,077 feet, and according to Garmin, it was 3,990 feet. I had a total of 14,907 pedal strokes, and according to Strava, my average power output was 116 watts. We did have 5 Garmin climbs on this route. And in addition to the Garmin climbs, towards the end of the route, it was, I guess you'd call them rolling hills. It was going up, going down, going up, going down. I think the road should probably be renamed Push-Up Road, because it's kind of like down, up, down, up. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there were 5 Garmin climbs. The first one started at 15.0 miles. It was 5.43 miles in length, with an elevation gain of 899 feet and an average gradient of 3%. The second one started at 47.8 miles. It was, 0.37 miles in length, 131 feet of elevation at an average gradient of 6%. The third one started at 56.4 miles. It was 1.01 miles in length with 184 feet of elevation and 3% average gradient. The fourth one started at 61.2 miles. It was 1.34 miles in length, 220 feet of elevation, and 3% average gradient. And the last Garmin climb was at 63.6 miles in, 0.63 miles in length, with 115 feet of elevation, with an average gradient of 3%. The route today, our hotel in Santa Fe was on Cerrillos Road. So we started out heading southwest on Cerrillos Road. We turned left to go east on Rodeo Road, which became Route 300 and headed southeast. We eventually joined I-25 and headed northeast, and then joined Route 50, which headed southeast, which then headed east, and then we got on to Route 63 south and took a stop for the first SAG at the Pecos National Historical Park, which was really nice. There's a lot of ruins there, which we spent a fair amount of time exploring, because this was another day where we were going to get to the hotel before our rooms were ready, so there was no reason to hurry. Anyway, we headed out on 63 South, which became Frontage Road 2116, I believe it was, which headed east and then turned northeast and finally turned north. And we took that to Las Vegas and then some surface roads to get to the hotel we're staying at. In terms of the towns that we went through, we started obviously in Santa Fe. We went through Seton Village, Cañoncito, Glorieta, Pecos, Row, Pajarita, Ilfeld, Sands, San Jose, Serafina, Tecolote, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but and finally Las Vegas. As I mentioned, we did stop at the ruins. We saw some interesting things. I did want to comment on Las Vegas a little bit. Although this is not the famous Las Vegas, the Las Vegas we're staying at was the first Las Vegas in the United States, and it actually predated Las Vegas, Nevada by about 70 years. It was originally two separate towns. I believe they were called East Las Vegas and West Las Vegas, and they were separated by the river that runs through Las Vegas, but they eventually became one town, and it's just called Las Vegas now. Nothing really more to add since it looks like I'm pulling into Las Vegas here. And so I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll check out my blog. All right, I made it to Las Vegas. Which way to the craps tables?
Oh, wrong Las Vegas, man. We're still in New Mexico.
Oh! Well, until next time, stay safe out there.